Hi all, welcome back to Enchanting English. Have you ever stuck in your conversation when you use verbs like will and shall? These two verbs are modal auxiliary verbs and we use it to represent future time. We use it to show futurity. But when to use will and when to use shall? This is quite confusing and students and even adults find it very difficult to differentiate their meaning. Come, let's learn. Let's get into the video. Generally, we use shall in the first person, and will is used in all persons to express future time. Here's an example for you. I shall visit the museum tomorrow, or we shall visit the museum tomorrow. I is a first person singular, we is a first person plural. Now, you can use will with all persons. So, you could say, I will visit museum tomorrow. She will visit or he will visit the museum tomorrow. You will visit the museum tomorrow for second person. They will visit the museum tomorrow, third person. So remember, you can use will with all persons, whereas shall is generally used in the first person only. So in order to avoid this confusion, you can use will with all persons. Whenever you have a doubt which verb to be used with one particular person, you can just remember this clue in your mind that will can be used with all persons, and so you can be on the safer side if you use will with all persons. This doesn't mean that shall cannot be used with second person and third person. Shall can be used with second person and third persons, but only with different or specific situations. When we want to convey certain shade of meaning. For example, shall can be used with second person when we want to convey command. Here's an example for you. You shall not touch my phone again. It's a command. Imagine your brother or sister has damaged your mobile phone and you get very angry and you're giving a command to your brother or sister saying, you shall not touch my phone again. So there we use shall, which shows command. And now shall can be used to show promise. Here's an example for you. You shall have an extra PT period tomorrow. So this is a situation for you. Suppose you are a teacher and you want to motivate your students. You want to boost them up. So you may say, you all have to do the test very well today. If you do the test very well, you shall have an extra PT period tomorrow. So you are promising an extra PT period for the students tomorrow. It's a kind of promise. I hope it's clear for you. And now you can use shall again with second person to convey threat. So you can say, you shall be punished if you do malpractice in the examination. You shall be punished. You are not supposed to do malpractice in the examination. So you are giving a threat to the student if you say you shall be punished if you do malpractice in the examination. So here in all these cases we do not use will. Instead of using will here, we prefer shall because you want to convey different meanings like command, promise and threat. So remember, though you can use will for all the persons, in all situations, in all contexts, you cannot use will. So it depends on the meaning that you want to convey. So remember, for command, promise and threat, we use shall. Now let's look at will. Will, of course, is used with all persons, as I told you earlier. Will shows definiteness. If you are sure of something, if you want to express certainty of something, you use will. Here's an example. The exam will be conducted tomorrow. The exam will be conducted tomorrow. Here in this case, we don't use the exam shall be conducted. Here what do you emphasize? You emphasize the certainty of the action. Okay, it is already scheduled and hence it's going to happen. So we convey definiteness of the action. Now you can use will to show willingness. If you're willing, you want to convey that you're willing to do something. So you may say a friend, I'll drop you at the bus stop. So it is a kind of voluntary action from your side. You are expressing your willingness. I will drop you at the bus stop. I'll help you do this homework. You are showing your willingness. Now, will is used to show prediction about future. Hence, we say it will rain heavily tomorrow. So, there has been a forecast given. So, you'll say it will rain heavily tomorrow. It's a prediction. Here, we avoid using shall. Now, the next usage of will is this. Will is used to convey request. So, will you help me draw this diagram? It's a request. Imagine you're very bad at drawing. You don't possess drawing skill, but your friend possesses it and you want to get help from her. You will go with a request. So, you would request your friend, will you help me draw this diagram? Remember, in this context, you cannot use shall. You cannot say, shall you help me draw this diagram? It's a request here and hence you have to use will. This is the next usage of will. Will is used to show habits and characteristic behavior. If you want to show the habit of a person, you have to use will. Here's an example. He will always listen to old songs. I will always listen to 90 songs. It's my habit. It's my habit to listen to melodies of 90s. So that's my habit. So here I use will, not shall. Now I would like to tell you all that shall is old-fashioned and it's more formal. So generally shall is avoided in modern English and it's quite frequently seen among English speakers that almost everybody prefers using will instead of shall. Now let me give you some more examples of sentences where you can use shall. Shall conveys an offer. Shall I help you carry your luggage? You may see a teacher come with a heavy luggage. So you want to offer help to her. So how would you ask? Shall I help you carry your luggage? It's an offer from your side. So here we cannot say, will I help you carry your luggage? So remember the difference in meaning. Now the next usage of shall is this. Shall is used to convey a suggestion. Shall we choose red and blue balloons? This is a beautiful sentence. Shall we choose red and blue balloons? I would like to give you a situation for this. Imagine you are preparing for your friend's birthday. All planning has been done and you have planned to decorate the room with different color balloons. So you and your friends have a discussion on this. So from your side, you're suggesting your friends that red and blue balloons would be better, right? And hence you would say, shall we choose red and blue balloons? It's a suggestion, okay? It's a kind of suggestion from your side. Now remember, should be used in certain contexts like legal documents or minutes of the meeting, etc. If you are a student, definitely you would be given a handbook from your school where you have maybe the first 2 pages you have the profile to be filled in, and then you get a few pages detailing the rules and regulations of the institution that you are supposed to follow, or you are supposed to abide by the rules and regulations. And there you would definitely see shall used there in sentences. So you may have sentences like, students shall be punished if they bring mobile phones to the school. They are not supposed to do that. Students shall abide by the rules and regulations of the school. And now in legal documents, like if you are a tenant, you have to sign a document, and then there will be a lot of general rules and guidelines given there. And one of the guidelines will be something like this: the maintenance amount shall be deposited before 5th of every month. The maintenance amount shall be deposited. So it is a legal document, and hence we prefer using shall there. We don't say the maintenance amount will be deposited. Here if you use will be deposited, the meaning changes. You just use will there to show a future action. Whereas this is something which is supposed to be done every month, before 5th of every month, and hence we use, in legal documents we use shall. So in this context we cannot use will. I think I have given you a detailed usage of will and shall, and these guidelines that I gave you would be beneficial to you. You would definitely remember all these in your daily conversation and in your writing too. Happy learning. Thank you for watching.